what are the markets that you're currently serving? Now, this is an interesting question because, again, most of you are not defining your markets as a group of people trying to get a job done, but you all have products, either products in mind or products already out in the marketplace. And the way I like to say this is whether you're offering a product or have a product idea in mind, you've already decided your market when looking through the jobs to be done lens. In other words, you're assuming that product is going to provide some function to some group of people. Now, what we want to do is to actually take you from a product view of the market, and you've all heard this, right? People want the quarter inch hole, but we want to put you in a position where you're defining the market around the job to be done. People want a quarter inch hole, not the quarter inch drill. So we're trying to go from a market defined through a product lens to a market defined through jobs to be done lens. And again, in concluding the work that we did with Steve Blank over the past few months, we created a market definition canvas. And what this does is it helps you move from a product mindset to a jobs to be done mindset. So I want to take you through this briefly. And you can download this. And John, I'm sure you'll be providing the link to this canvas as well. But it starts by allowing you to define the market in your own traditional way by the product that you're currently offering, or the product idea that you have in mind. So this is great for startups as well. If you have a product idea in mind, you've picked your market. You just don't know how to define it yet through a jobs to be done lens. So start by putting the product that you're trying to create or think about or already sell, and let's see what market that you're in, right? So the way we do this, we come over here and we say, well, who's using the product to get a job done? And we want all the different classifications of people, whether they're across vertical or demographics or geographies or anything else, who's using the product to get the job done. And we classify all those together, and then we try to come up with an abstracted way to define that group of people. And you may come up with a number of different ways to think about them. And what we want you to do is then pick that group of people, right? So we're going to pick the group of people that becomes the job executor. Then we come to the other side of the equation. We know the group of people, but what's the job they're trying to get done? They have a product, they're using your product. So the first question we have is, what is the function of the product, of your product? What job does the product or service idea you want to innovate currently get done? Now, keep in mind, this isn't their job to be done. This is the job the product is getting done, all right? So keep that in mind as we move forward here. So your product is offering some function. Then we can ask the question, well, what other products do people use in conjunction with your product? And what job do each of those other products get done? When we start thinking about this, we realize that people cobble together lots of different solutions to get, from their perspective, the entire job done. And we run into this all the time. Most products only get part of a job done while the customer's trying to get a more abstracted, higher level job done. So once we know what products are using and what jobs those products get done, we can talk to customers to figure out through their eyes, through their lens, what is the job that they're trying to get done. And then we can insert it here. So what we're doing is we're allowing you to start in solution space and end up in problem space with a market defined as a group of people and a job to be done. So let me take you through a quick example. We did this with the Bosch team when coming up with the circular saw improvements, but we didn't say we're in the circular saw market. But what we did say is that we're focused on circular saws. And then we asked the question, well, who are all the folks that use circular saws? Well, there's roofers, there's framers, there's finished carpenters, electricians, plumbers, general contractors, others, right? And we said, well, we can categorize those in a unique way. We can say they're trade workers, we can say they're tradesmen, we can say they're tradespeople, and what we concluded on is saying they're tradespeople. So that's the group of people that we're targeting with the circular saws. And then we asked the question, well, what's the function of the product? Well, they're trying to cut a piece of wood. Clearly, that's what a circular saw does. But they don't just use a circular saw. There's other products that they use in conjunction with that. They may use a pencil to mark the cut path, which is a job, or a T-square to make sure the cut is straight, and so on. So we can look at that and start abstracting it up higher. It's not just cut a piece of wood. We could say we're trying to cut wood along a path or cut wood in a straight line, and we conclude that the job can be cut a piece of wood in a straight line, right? Again, so what we're doing here is we're not defining the market as the circular saw market. We're defining it as a market of tradespeople who are trying to cut a piece of wood in a straight line. Now, what this allows us to do, of course, is all the other points that we brought up earlier, to understand customer needs to a greater degree, to find opportunities to a greater degree.